Good afternoon. Look at this lag. Oh, not bad. Okay, here we are. Anyway, was wondering if we had to restart. Good day. It is low intensity, steady state. So we can't call it HIIT. The intervals are longer. There's really no rest. So what we have to do is turn our work into managed work. 80%, we're not even flirting with that. Think 50% effort today, intensity today. And we're going to get the difficulty through volume, through time clusters, through lack of scheduled complete rest. And it'll be a completely different experience, but we're going to burn fat nonetheless, just like we do in HIIT. Different mechanism, of course. You need piece of paper. 8.5 by 11 would be choice, but not necessary. Anything, little note thing, whatever. You could even use a small towel, t-shirt. Anything with no real discernible mass, and you can push it into the wall without making any damages. Yes, 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 yes. What else? Everybody needs one. Plastic is wonderful. Don't use glass. Probably don't use ceramic. But this is ideal situation. And is that it?
Yes.
Oh, wall. We're going to be on the wall with those items. First, we resistance stretch. Let's get cracking right to it. Fake deadlifts. I'll give you 2 levels to play with. Remember, just like the last leg day, it's not about the destination your hands get with that deadlift reach. You don't have to get to the feet or to the floor. It's more about keeping your back flat while we do those reaches. You a little bit more target the hamstring group instead of just the spine muscle lining, the erector spinae. And if you were there yesterday at the kayak prep #1, which I recommend as a nice complement to today's stuff, you know all about that flat back effort that's necessary. Let us fake deadlift. Partner or not, we're not going to do anything with each other's weight today, but of course, a little togetherness beyond this. Digital togetherness is a nice thing. Little knee bend. You can imagine you got the barbell in your hands. Oh, sweet memories. We'll get back to it. Slide the hands down with that flat back. Go as low as you need to go until you feel that hamstring stretch. That's it. Maybe it's to the ground. Maybe it's just to the knees with the flat back. Whatever's good for you. Let's come up. We're going to hit about 20 of these, but don't worry about counting nor tempo. If we're moving, you're moving, and that's it. And that's for everything today. Shouldn't think too hard about speed. More about sustainability and quality within that. Good glute flex at the top. You know how to do it. Tuck the hips underneath, flex the belly. Stretch it. And already we should be thinking progressively. That is here, each rep should get deeper into the stretch feeling than the one that preceded it. Probably that means we're going lower with each rep. Even if it's a millimeter difference with each rep, we're progressing. Relative progress and success, that's what matters. And breathe. Nice and slow and complete. Fill the lungs all the way up, ideally on the way down. Exhale the lungs completely empty and push that extra reserve out towards the top. And flex at the end of it. Perfect. I got 2 more. Flex. Last one. Right. Lovely. Next, we're going to hip stretch, specifically hip rotator stretch. The first option would be on the floor, or like so, and I'll probably stick with this one. I'm going to, this leg that's in front of me, so I'll start with the left leg. I'm going to first grab the shoe. If you don't want to grab your shoe, you can probably cut your heel underneath like so. And with the toes up, bring it to yourself. Grab around the knee with that other free arm. And then ideally we switch and go underneath. Now, flexing that leg that's all in a pretzel. Bring it to your chest and let it push out. And don't let this leg ever be rubbery and relaxed during this process. You want to make it rigid and flex so we get a real true resistance stretch out of it. So a little battling against yourself is a good thing here. Toes up, remember, flex the tibialis to protect the knee a little bit. Pull it in and out. We did this 2 Sundays ago, statically. We do it the day you were there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last Sunday.
We did the bicep curl variation, right? So if this is feeling good and your knee is not upset with this type of force, what we can do is go underneath with both of them and get that nice bicep curl, push out a little, and bicep curl. And gotta remember to keep those toes up here, toes up. Pull it in, out, pull it in, out, pull it in. If it's enough just to be here with the shoe and the knee and get the hip stretch, that's perfect. Keep moving a little bit, whatever variation you want. Hip rotation stretch. I'm gonna get 5 more for about 20 total-ish. That was a guess. What do you think? Accurate?
I don't know. I just do it till you say stop.
And that's the way to be. All right. Especially today. Other leg, cross it over. Maybe that's a challenge. Maybe that's a stretch. So you'll grab the shoe, grab around the knee, toes up, and just kind of crank it towards your body. Wherever you arrive at the stretch feeling in your range, that's what we want to hit. Ideally, the knees flaring out, toes are coming up. If you're going further there, start bringing it to the chest. And eventually you can weave through that window for the bicep curl variation. Here it's kind of okay that our back's round, so we can actually reach the lower leg.
I'm already sweating.
Yup. Oh, didn't I say I was going to turn the AC on?
Yeah.
Should we? Why don't you tell us? Do we choose to sweat extra for the suffering of it? Or hit the AC? Let's get 5 more there.
Oh, I feel my biceps from the other day.
Nice. That's a good sign. You're feeling the biceps like Adam is, and I'm definitely achy there in a strange, strange way. Those doorway pulls, number 52, I think.
Those bicep curls with your own resistance.
Nice. Yeah, pretty saucy. Okay, now we get into the first real movement. The first low intensity, steady state is key. We have to be smooth, sustainable, regular, and rhythmic. Just kind of like keep it going. 50% is the number to keep in your head of intensity. We're gonna start with minutes, and here are the 2 moves and their options. First one, we're gonna squat all the way down to the floor. And I want you to grab your knees, tuck the chin to the chest, and we want to try to make sure this fall for the butt isn't damaging too much. So if you can make that rounded roll and you're ideally on a soft surface, then you're gonna do it. Adam just got it. Be careful with that. Drop, round, make a ball, fall into the butt, come up, touch your toes at the top in a boat. Roll your way back up, stand up, and repeat it. And that roll back up is gonna look a few different ways, right? You may want to, or like to, or need to go back to the shoulders and get more momentum. I don't prefer it, but you can also use a hand to help. Just be conscious of that form. Fingers out, chest out, shoulder back. Push that way. Proud, right? Don't crank your shoulder. If that's not your thing, you're just gonna squat low. Simple, squat low. All right, we got a minute of it. The second move that we're gonna alternate in this circuit of 2, you grab your cup, and I'll give you levels for each of this. First level is you stand on one leg, Everybody's standing on one leg. If you want to go further, you'll actually do the cup manipulation. So with the left palm, hold it to the left bottom of the shoe. That's it, simple. However you want to arrange your body is cool. Second level will have another option, third level will have another option. If that's not your bag, again, just stand up straight. So 2 moves to know right now. One is either squat or squat, tap the toes, figure out a way to get up. Figure out a way to get up. The second move is we hold the cup. That's it, we just hold it. Simple. Timer's gonna start. Squatting first. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Do your thing, either squat and just stand up, or get to the floor carefully, touch your toes, find a way up. And now that I said I don't prefer it, I kind of like it to use a hand. We're allowed to change our minds once we gather more accurate information, are we not? Other hand, chest out. And just watch that wrist. So we're going for that hand work. Chest out, like you're doing a bench press. Turn the body, flare the fingers out. Heels into the butt, go up. And we're still moving as I'm yapping. We're moving. Constant rounds. Get ready because we have 10 seconds before we grab the cup and get into that isometric. 1 second, grab that cup. Let's all start with the left leg trapping. So I'm going to stand on the right leg. Left palm, not gripping. Left palm to left shoe. And you can do it up here. You can do it back here towards the bow. You can, I don't know. I'm sure there are many ways to think about it. You can twist the body in a C to make it a smaller reach. Whoa. That's where I started. We have 24 seconds before we return again to that squat. Either it's a squat or it's a deck squat, tap your toes, find a way up. But if it's the latter, make sure you have the facilities to make it gentle on your seat. And that's going to be a combination of strength control and a soft surface. Drop. We're back to that squat. Remember what foot you just used? We all are going to do it together, so I'll remind us best I can. And after yesterday's double, I am feeling the lower back a little bit, actually, with all this deep rounding with the speed in it. If you're like me, then let's find ways to turn it into smoother. One variation I just did was drop my shin down and then come down. That took some airbag absorption off the lower back. Only if it feels good on your knee, not dangerous on your knee. It's kind of nice. It's a little butterfly opening. But I can feel there is direct pressure on the L side of the knee. Lateral. Good. Now we're having the cup, and we're holding between right palm and right shoe bottom. I don't know, now I kind of want the AC.
I'm only warming up.
What should we do? Go savage mode?
Still my decision.
Kind of like it. I like the heat. All right, we'll sweat. Might as well. Save energy. We'll be drenched though, which is a good thing. We want to sweat. Maybe I'll open the back to, yes, I'll do. I'll get airflow. The first 10 seconds of the squat, I'm going to cheat and go open the door. We're doing it in 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to the squat.
That's why it's not breakable.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Very strange, very difficult, in some odd ways. And I might as well continue my cheating and take a sip of water while Adam's working his ass off. I guess you guys can submit the punishment I have to have at the end of the workout as a result of that. I burned more than 30 seconds. Whoa. A little plus sign method. I guess we only usually do that with lunges. So at this point, I'm basically sitting and getting back up without the use of my hands. That's what it's turned into. Now we have the cup, and it is left foot. It is. I'll restart this time. With our left foot.
Right hand.
And our right hand. Now we have this cross back body. Look at that. I'm spinning like a rotisserie.
He's glistening like one too.
Woo! Barbecue me. There it is. All right. Last time we did same side. Now we did that side. Oh, do we have a submission? 10-minute plank. I like where your head is at.
Remember, that's for him and not me.
But I'm not sure about that one. Hopefully other people are here and you can help me with the vote to vote that out. Where are we?
We're supposed to redo the timer on this.
Redo the time, yeah. Cool. Scratch that. Oh, actually, perfect timing. Let's set it up. Left foot, right hand. All I have it on is a minute loop, so what's it matter? So basically, I wasted a minute and a half so far. It is what it is.
EVs, what they need.
Thank you. This one has technique as well. You come up, relax your lower back, because mine was just burning. That's the only reason I'm bringing this up. Bend over, maybe there's a way even to like support. Nah, too difficult. How about that? Shin extra.
Whoa, that changes the balance.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Connect the two.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So just realize the connection is help. So if you want to negate the help, come back to floating. And 3, 2, 1. Drop it. We're back to them squatties. Okay, so you might be squatting. You might be deck squatting with foot touch. Oh, I forgot that. Foot touch is actually essential. You want to work that hip flexor.
Control would be a great name for a foot massage parlor.
What?
Foot touch.
Foot touch. Did we see one? Oh, we saw hair touch.
Hair touch. When we first moved to California.
Hair touch.
In good old Sherman Oaks, Van Nuys. There was a place that did hair called Hair Touch.
Beautiful. Beautiful name.
That was over by, what was that deli?
Jerry's.
Wasn't that closed though?
Sully's.
Sully's. Man, I miss me some deli.
Shout out to my Jewish delis out there.
Oh, so good.
Oh,
Some nosh.
beautiful, beautiful food. Now we have right foot, left hand. Skirt. Yeah, somebody asked me my favorite carb yesterday. And I guess I've never thought about it, but without thinking twice, the matzo ball. I don't even need the noodles in the soup. I mean,
A soup is essential
Yeah.
to be with the matzo ball.
Yeah. But noodles aren't necessarily necessary, unless they're delicious.
I don't know. Matzo balls are good, but like chocolate challah bread,
Challah. Incredible.
I want to holla at it.
And now we go back to the sitting. Drop your cup. Think about some of your favorite foods and appreciate them, whether or not you have access to them at this time. We can appreciate nonetheless. Yeah, definitely lower back. Feeling it. Try to be careful. Pick your variation and modify however you see fit. Today's about steady time. Two seconds, back of the cup. All right, one last variation. Now we're gonna set up our left leg again, right hand. And the final piece, and this is only if you want, now we're gonna use our left hand and we're gonna double cross body. Once crossing the lower leg behind the knee. The second cross, crossing the left hand over. Oh no, I couldn't do the rotisserie. Across the body with the left hand. Oh. So left hand, left leg, but around the knee. I'm getting this weird side body cramp. Super strange. You gotta find your technique. Maybe you can be taller than me. I can't really reach there when I'm taller. I need to stay bent at the waist. 5 seconds here. This is incredibly difficult. 3, 2, drop it back to those squat variations. And we'll finish with the other side of that before we move on to new movements. Sitting, foot tapping. Coming up, any way you want. I've clearly deviated from the original methodology. Try to find ways to get it out of my lower back. Okay, 5 seconds. We come up to that cup for the last ting. So what is it? Right hand, right foot. Behind the knee. Oh, that's a different reach there. Oh, cheated. So for me, it indicates probably some tightness in my right obliques, my right torso curve, and some DOMs from yesterday, most likely, on my left oblique set. So some asymmetry for sure, because the left to left, I didn't feel much of this stuff. It was tough. This was pretty intense on those groups, in those ways. 10 seconds. Oh, Jesus. And this is the end. Not the end, you know what I mean. End of this little circuit. 4, 3, 2, our last. Oh, and take note. That's strange. That is unique, I will say. Wowzer. And that was we made it 15 minutes on that. So that seems like a nice thing to set it at. All right. Please inform us if we're sweating because of the work or because of the no AC. It's hard for us to tell, but the work seems decent. What do you think? Both. That work? And that no to AC? Setting the timer to 90 seconds, 1.5 minutes instead of 1 minute. Okay, I have to go. That works. Thankfully, I'm slow. We get more break. Oh. 2 more moves. First one, we need the cup again. Or you can grab something else like a ball or a balled up sock or any like handheld single object. The movement itself is, we're doing a lunge line. So Adam will go next to me actually. We need a, this is super sweaty. Where were we? Front and back, it's a line. We've done in the gym a U, where we have the squat, boom, the lunge, boom, the lunge. And that's great if you have space, actually you can do that. But at home, I don't think I would have space for us to both do a U. So we're gonna go in a line front to back. I get low, I bend over at the waist. I lunge as far as I can with gentle contact. And I go like so. And then I pop up to one knee stand, and I go around the leg. Bend over, come back, toes first, kiss the knee, push the front foot. One leg stand here, around the leg. Lunge forward, gentle, around the leg. Lunge backward, gentle, around the leg. So the left foot is always in front of the body. And we have that one-legged stand at the front and the back, right? If you're with a buddy, you don't have much space. Like if we were home, that would be the situation. The other person's gonna have a piece of paper on the wall, and you're gonna kind of set up a plank with it. I want some weight, and then find a good foot angle, do your thing. Keep that piece of paper there as you get low in a squat. Try to touch the floor with that other hand. Come back up, touch the piece of paper. Drop down low, touch the floor with the inside hand. Come up, touch the piece of paper. And I want you alternating. And of course, the further away from the wall, the better. You dig? So we're gonna hit those two options. Minute and a half each, several rounds. If you're solo, you're gonna start like us with the cup front to back lunges. In 5, 4, just keep it moving. 3, 2, 1. If the one-legged balances are not a part of what you want to do today, just get rid of them and do the front to back lunge. And if you want to hit those one-legged stances and maybe they're new for you, you can choose to avoid the cup and just get the balance, get the stance. That's work for sure, whether or not you got that cup. Swing the right leg, pop it up, swing the left leg. And of course, we'll have several rounds, so we're going to hit this with both stances. As the left leg does those quad-focused push-offs right here, the lefty toe point, or whichever one you've got in front. The back leg is always doing that hip flexor stretch. And the catch from the one-legged dead. So much more power happening in the front leg right now. We will give the other leg that experience once we get there. No worries. 15 seconds. The quietest landings possible. That indicates you're absorbing in the way we want to absorb. Three seconds left. Drop the top. Now we grab the piece of paper. Does that sound like it's gonna take the pain off? No, okay, we're good. All right. Find that stance you want. Further away is harder. Closer is gonna be a little bit easier. But we try to find as high as we can get the paper with the feet at a standard distance far out. And then touch the floor. And then you wanna kind of get some consistency and some speed in it. And just be very mindful of the shoulder that's holding it up. Try to treat it with respect. It's very difficult. You can get closer and or bring the paper lower. Both of those things will help. If you want to make it more difficult, then bring the paper up and you get further away. And you can also do fingertips if you want. Get off the heel of the hand. So find some nice mixture between a level of difficulty by distance away and distance high, and speed. Because if we make it too difficult, we're going to be going, I'm probably going a little too slow right now. So I just took a tiny step towards the wall to enable greater speed. 10 seconds left, and now we're going to hit the other lunge. The lunge on the other side. Good. Drop the paper.
My paper won't drop.
Oh, there we go. So is it going to take paint off?
No.
I hope not. Nah, it's just moisture, right?
It's just the sweat in my hands.
I know little about paint, obviously. I'm going to restart. The lunge back, lunge forward with the other set. So if you're with me, now put that right leg in front. And don't worry, this one has a variation too. Next time around. Here we go. Could be just lunges forward and back. Could be the widest lunges you can do properly, front and back. Could be with the one-legged balances. Or could be with the one-legged balance and the cup action. You find the level, and you could even kind of alternate through them while you're doing this. If you want to go max, choose the hard one and do it that way the whole time. And then try to create your technique. How do you get more efficient? Is there a direction of circle around the leg you want to get? Switching it up. It's kind of tricky. Next variation will surely have a little more sauce, so look forward to that. We might find some variations with the paper. Drop this. Did the same work. Try a different combo of far out and high up. This one is feeling like very heavy and planky, so that might be kind of fun. Basically working my shoulder endurance in the upward overhead press direction. Of course, you gotta trust your wall on this one, so maybe find a stud. Don't break the wall. Be mindful of that shoulder. There's a lot of pressure here in this variation. You can be much closer to the wall and much higher with the paper. And then once I kind of figure out how to do it clean in the shoulder, I'll start going fast or find a safe methodology to enable a little speed. And trust your wall. If you can't, shouldn't be doing this, or do it with the much higher paper. This tackle's getting heavy. Definitely twisting that shoulder joint quite a bit. It feels nice. And relax out. We're going back to the lunges. Here's the second variation. Take a break. How that happened. Oh, goodness. Let's go back. Now, lunge forward, backward. Instead of the front lifted leg that we're going to pass it over, we're going to try and pass it under and through the standing leg. So I see two ways to do this, and you can alter them. Behind both legs all together. It's a bit of a range of motion. Or feeding through the center, which is a slightly smaller range of motion. And we're going to do that every time we get on one leg. So this will be my side to start with. We're going back to A, lift, boom. The one that I'm on, whoop, all the way around it, yep. Or around both legs, but it's got to pass under this knee line somewhere. And then, yeah, let's hear. Then we go back, pop up. And now it's on the other leg, right? and other relative direction. You can choose to come with us on that. Stay where you're at. Game on. Try the inside. Inside. Yeah, inside is nice. Definitely a very manageable range of motion. Do this to the wall. Let's try the full leg thing. That's a bit of a reach. Easier in this direction. Easier around the stiffened leg first. Find a rhythm. Oh, I didn't hit that knee line. That's mine. Keep the long lunges. Keep the powerful pushing off of the front foot. When we jump off the front quads like this, here we go. Backing toes. Boom. Remember what side you're on here, which leg is in front. Back to the paper. Here's a variation. Let's try it. Put it behind my butt. Holding it with one hand as I touch the floor with the other hand. Of course, higher will be requiring more shoulder mobility. You may have to spin the hand on the paper, or even crawl your fingertips like a little spider. Work some of that coordination. Oh, and it's tough when it's high up, like waistband height. And we've got maybe 1.5 feet between our heels and the wall. Maybe 1.5 of our own feet. Let's find that work. If you gotta be closer, be closer. You can get a lower paper. It's all good with us. Just keep moving. Steady. Steady day is the work. Steadiness, physically, metabolically, mentally. Your hand right on that dial of effort output. Real steady. One level, constantly hammering away. 5 seconds, and we're splitting the lunge the other direction. Get the cup. It's the other lunge with that same newer technique. Let's go. Other leg in front, right leg in front for me. Through the hole, or around both knees. I guess if you put the knees together, it makes that a little more doable. I'm gonna alternate. They're both unique. Whoa! "45 seconds. Oh yeah. Keep hammering away. Keep your rate constant or slightly progressive. Oops, use the ball. It's a cheat. Oh, thanks for training the jump. Damn. 10 seconds left. Drop it. Paper behind the body. Choose your variation. If that wasn't good for you, come to the front. It's all gravy. You can try higher up, lower down, further away, or closer. It's the steadiness that is being built on. bar is tough too. Here's some weird stuff. Oh, lower back, shoulders. That's funky stuff. How do you feel about this? It's twisted.
I don't want I could be able to sit on my tuchus tomorrow.
A little tender. Tender tuchus.
Needs talcum powder.
I'm working.
Tenaciously. Tuesday and Thursday.
The Twisty slide. Relax. Back to the cup. Let's go. Steady. Steady. Left and right. Same work. Here in the horse. Big toe angle. Drop it. Reach toes first. Boom. Soft. Gentle. Figure 8. Pop up. To the middle. Figure 8. Up. Middle. Figure 8. Any direction. Up. All right. Fast as you can. Get as many reps as possible. In 3, 2. There it is. Wide. Pop it up. Tap. Hold. Get low. Figure 8. Pop it up. Tap. Figure 8. And the wider the better, so the figure 8 has a large range of motion. Let's go this way so we can go. Wide. Okay. And then speed. Don't drop that shit.
Let's probably choose non-breakable cups.
Yes. Or a sock, or water bottle, whatever. It doesn't need to hold any fluid. Tennis ball. Dog toy. I like a figure 8. It keeps me down there, that horse. Yep, thank you. Switch the direction. Yeah, okay, I guess I have a coordinated figure 8 side. Try to work the other one. Even though I know it's perpetual, I know it's one move, as far as initiating it in a certain direction. Well, I have a habit, obviously, so we'll switch that up. Relax, back to the paper. Other variations overhead. Probably the thumb V, I'm guessing, off the bat. Might be too high. Thumb V, something. Roll the knuckles here. And we make the trade-off behind the head. So I'm totally rotating my hand. I'm not sliding the paper at all. You can. It's hard to see because of our super bright lights. But kind of got this going on the wall. But switch where there's pressure on it at all times. Let's restart it. Switching behind the neck with the back of the hands. But you can use the front of the hands during the movement. Just make the alternation paper to paper. On one side, on the knuckle side. Begin. Swap behind the neck. And then find your technique. Maybe you have a choreography with your steps. Step back, switch, shuffle, I don't know. Figure out your thing. Lower is going to be more difficult. Lower paper. Switch, pull in the paper, touch the floor. Switch. And like I said, ideally you don't move the paper around on the wall with this one. Instead you try to finesse your way through that problem. So, that's a good sign. We want the degrees of difficulty. So if you fail on any of these, that's a win. Means you're pushing your boundaries at the moment, whatever they may be. Keep hitting the steadiness. Steady is the word. Ten seconds. Took me that long to figure it out. We'll have to hit this one again. Okay. Back to the front back. We go here, and now we figure out this guy. Any way you want. Left leg front first. Starting 3, 2, 1. Crank the heat.
It's already cranked.
Crank the heat. Switch up. I'm gonna slip on that. Once again, wasting time. I probably got like 5 minutes of this to make up afterward. All the dropping and explaining. Because it really takes that long to explain these. I'm clearly finding ways for myself to rest. Still quieter landings. Whatever you're at, try to go down on that. Any traction. Ten seconds before we go back to the paper to switch behind our head and necks. Go ahead, grab paper. One last chunk behind the head and neck. Find a different position perhaps. Maybe higher. Troubleshooting. This is very difficult. 15 seconds. Three seconds. Drop it. Let's get into the other side for the figure 8 front and back lunges. Right leg is forward now. Figure 8. Integrate. Okay, so I'll find the new side. Oh! Oh! Have a great day. Thank you. Got that late. Thanks for hanging with us, Nassim. Seconds. your speed, remember. It could be a lot faster than us. It could be a lot slower than us. So it's steady. And we think steadily during it. And relax. We're on the wall. No longer on that hit cycle. Setting the watch for this one. That means it's getting final. It's getting there. 3 minutes seems deadly. So we better do it. 3 minutes. On the back. Bent over. 2 hands, fingertips only. We're gonna see how far forward, and let's all put it like right at seat level. Where on seat. Put it on the wall like that, and then fingertips. We're just gonna walk forward, see how far we can go and hold. So that's gonna be some combination of retraction, dropping, depression, and then walking forward and hips out. Hips out. I suppose we can walk forward enough to put some weight on the fingertips. That's up to you if you want to do that. Obviously, it's some work here. It's some work. But how far out can we get the feet? That's a 3-minute exploration. And then we're done. If you've hung with us, I hope we can share at least that experience. I'm getting crushed. 3 minutes final of this workout. Some real solid steady state stuff. One last opportunity to drill the steadiness in our heads. 3 minutes begins. Now, I probably won't be able to see it. So, yeah, I can't really see it. So I guess we're just, we're holding on. We're holding on with no time updates. So get meditative. Walk forward. Find the furthest you think you can sustain for a while. You're going to have to trust the fingertips, for sure. And drop the shoulder blades. So long neck it. Get out the turtle shell. Stick the butt back into a little arch. And careful with those fingers. Respect those, as we've respected the shoulder pressure today too, overhead. It would be easy for me to kind of overcommit and then have my fingers not feel too pleasant after this. So while we do need to tolerate some discomfort, pick your degree, pick your level, risk versus reward. I just have a steady stream of sweat off the front of my forehead. That's a nice pile there. Where you feel it?
Me?
Yeah.
Legs.
Legs?
Lunges.
Okay.
Okay. I was getting too weak to barely push myself off on the front quad.
My lower back right now is kicking. Adam's feeling his legs. And I don't know what to tell you about time left. No idea.
Let's just say it hasn't even started.
Yeah, do whatever you got to do mentally to make it feel not so bad. We all know seeing the finish line kind of really boosts it up, and then once we get super close, we're able to crank it to a higher degree. But who knows right now? I have no sense of where the finish line is. It could happen any second, or we're not even close. I do need to alter my posture a little. I'm not going to take a step back. I'm just going to try to phase through some joint pressure, share it with the other joints. And do that too. Try to keep both hands on the wall and not walk around too much. That'll be sort of the standard. Oh wow, it's a pile of sweat. Keep the butt off the wall, of course. I see the sweat lines through my shoes, the cloth on the shoes. Really feeling it.
Oh, my calves.
And I'm just dying to somehow look at the clock. Noticing anxiety with that myself right now.
Look at this.
3 minutes. Damn. He drenched. Woo! We show that you guys are evidence here. That was impressive. Very well done. Whoever's here. Can we see that? Oh my goodness. Disgusting. Oh, nasty. Great work. That was pretty killer. What do you think?
Yes.
I'm into it. Well, not much to say today because that kind of took it all out of me.
Jeez.
Or in the paper still. Wow, super nice, super meditative in a very strange fashion, would you say? I feel way more zoned in than I did an hour ago. Kind of back to center. All right, now I'm going to use it, and I recommend you use it for the rest of today to be centered with something. Could be a game, some Fortnite, some Call of Duty. Could be anything productive you need to do for work, for
Pick
yourself.
all those weeds on your island in Animal Crossing?
Yes.
I haven't done it in a week.
Damn, really?
No, not me.
Oh.
I do it every day.
Okay, maintenance, that's great, that's great. See if you gotta do some maintenance in your Animal Crossing universe, hit them up, respect those villagers, and they'll respect you back.
It's true.
What else? Yeah, it could be spending time with your family, your friends, your quarantine buddies, or yourself, possibly you're solo, or you're not, you just want to take some solo moments. Watch a funny movie, watch a Netflix show. I never watched the last Tiger King episode with the wrap up, so maybe that could be a thing to get into, find some humor, learn about people. I love that stuff. Stay good, sweating like crazy. Hydrate, oh yeah, that's the main message here. Hydrate, have a good rest of the day. Thank you so much. Use the zone for fun or productivity or a combo, whatever. Use the zone, get in the zone.